Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It is Courtney here. I just wanted to start off first by saying thank you so much for all of the love and support on our first video. We truly appreciate every view, like, subscribe, and comment. We've received really great feedback, and I've already connected with a couple women that have already been through some things similar. So we are just so excited about this channel and to see where it's going to go and to continue to share our journey with you. We are about to head to Crestview, Florida, which is about an hour and a half away from where we live, for our next growth scan to check on baby girl and to visit with our high-risk pregnancy doctor. Right now we're doing these scans just every 3 weeks to monitor her and make sure that she's growing appropriately. I did get a couple questions on the last video about where she falls on the growth scale at this point. Number one, I currently actually do not know what the baby weighs. When I first found out, the weight of the baby was actually at my anatomy scan, which was done at around 20 weeks pregnant. At that visit, I know that the baby was supposed to weigh 9 ounces and she weighed 7 ounces. That was never brought up as a concern at that visit that she was considered to be low birth weight. I mean, she was 2 ounces off the average, so I don't really think that bumps her into any kind of special category in that regard. And actually at the last appointment where I found out that she was considered to be low birth weight, that part of the ultrasound actually was not working. They had to go into a different room and upload my scan to find out her estimated weight. And I was actually never given that number. All I was given was what percentile she was in. Technically, anything below the 10th percentile is considered growth restriction, the IGER, the low birth weight, whatever you want to call it. Anything below the 10th percentile is considered low and high risk. And there's 2 figures that they've given me. The first is her abdominal circumference, and at the last appointment, which was done about a month ago, she was in the 8th percentile for abdomen circumference, and her estimated weight was in the 4th percentile. Like I said, I have zero idea of what the actual figure was. I do know that a 26-week-old baby should be on average between 1.8 and 2 pounds. So we will see where she measures today. And hopefully I will at least get a figure, a number, so we kind of know where we're going from here. However, she's always been 7 days behind in length. So like for instance, today I'm 26 weeks and 3 days pregnant. Every ultrasound from the start has been 7 days behind. So she'd be measuring at like 25 weeks and 3 days in length. But they've never mentioned that as a concern. On a good day, I'm 5 foot and my husband Logan is 5'8". Height really doesn't run on either side of the family, so they've never said anything about the length of the baby or anything like that. It's just the weight. So like I said, have no idea of the figure we're going to be getting today. I don't know what she was a month ago, so it's going to be a complete surprise today. Logan was asking kind of what I was hoping for, and obviously best case scenario, she has gained so much weight that we are no longer in the high-risk category. As long as her heart and her lungs and everything else is strong and good and healthy, anything that is not worse than the last visit is a win. It means that she's growing appropriately. Even if she stayed in the same percentile, it's been a month, and so if she's grown consistently over the last month and has stayed where she was previously, that does still mean that she's technically growing. So pretty much anything that isn't bad is a good thing for me today. I will say that when I first found out she was low birth weight, I did ask my provider if there was anything specifically that I could do to help, and they pretty much told me not really, but I was thinking about it, and at the time, my nutrition was probably not where it needed to be. I'm somebody that has never really been into eating breakfast. Where I work, our lunch break is like 30 minutes or less, so it's normally something pretty quick and simple. And then at nights, I would be so exhausted from work that Logan and I were on kind of like a soup kick, where we would just heat up some soup and eat that for dinner. So was I eating properly? Probably not. I will say I do think that that's something that OBs should do. For a new mom, give them a booklet of this is how much protein you need to be eating a day, the servings of fruits and vegetables and all the different macronutrients, because I really didn't know until I looked on Google to try to find out if there were any ways that I could help pass more nutrients through the placenta to the baby to help her grow. So I will say now that I drink protein like a bodybuilder and just eating more calories in general. Before I found out she was low birth weight in the entire pregnancy, I had maybe gained 4 or 5 pounds. And since increasing my protein and increasing my calories, in the last 3 weeks alone, I've probably gained 7 or 8 pounds, which is good. Changes I've seen since doing that are I now have a baby bump, Before, you could not tell that I was pregnant. I looked no different. Her kicks are so much stronger and more frequent, and sometimes they kind of hurt, but so that means that I can feel her more, and I have a bump, so I feel like we're gonna get a good report today. I did also change my prenatal vitamins. I was taking just daily gummies, and I actually changed to a soft gel that I found that actually has about 3 times more of every single ingredient on the list. So I'm hoping that maybe that has helped as well. We're gonna go ahead and get breakfast, grab a coffee real quick, and head down to Cresty for this appointment. And I'm hoping that everything is good with baby girl. I'm also excited that Logan gets to come with me. You guys can finally meet him. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything together, and we're gonna hit the road. So we will see y'all in Florida. Well, let me just tell you guys about the appointment that we had on Tuesday. We got down there, we got some coffee and breakfast at Starbucks before heading up. I went in to check in for my appointment, and as the receptionist is highlighting my name off of the schedule, she says, "Miss Branch, did somebody call and let you know that the doctor is not in today, that she is out sick?" And I was kind of shocked. And I said, no, nobody called to tell me that. She said that we were just going to still do the growth scan. I was going to have my ultrasound. And she told me that later in the day that the doctor would be calling to go over the results and kind of discuss, where we go from there as far as follow-up care. So first of all, very disappointed in that. I mean, communication is everything. I wish they would have maybe looked at the schedule to see that, these people are coming from an hour and a half away. Maybe we should let them know and see if they'd like to reschedule. But we were already there at that point. There's really nothing that we could have done. Since the doctor was not there, I didn't even do a urine sample. I did not measure my weight or anything like that. We were literally just there for the ultrasound. If you have been pregnant, technically an ultrasound is going to take anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes. So we had driven a long way for this ultrasound, so there we go. I will say our ultrasound tech this time was fantastic. She talked to us the whole time, answered any questions that we had. She explained everything that was going on. Lila was super active in the ultrasound, and blood flow to the placenta was good. Her heartbeat was strong. They said everything, looked good. And at the end of the ultrasound, they did go ahead and give us her weight. So at the ultrasound on Tuesday, Lila officially weighed 1 pound, 7 ounces. So right at 1.5 pounds. Logan and I were pumped about that. A baby at that stage is supposed to be anywhere from like 1.8 to 2 pounds. So the fact that she was just 0.5 pound behind, we were thrilled with that. We were just very excited to get some cute pictures of her and to find out the weight. And so the ultrasound tech said that she was going to go contact the doctor and give her the measurements, and that she would be back with kind of what her plan was, and then said again that the doctor was going to give us a call later that day to kind of explain everything and go over the results. So we're just sitting in the room. We are so thankful that she has grown. We were just very happy in that moment. We finally felt like we had a positive experience and some positive news about this pregnancy. About 2 minutes pass, and our doctor's nurse comes into the room. And this is a very quick 60-second conversation that took place next. Although she did gain weight, she fell further back on the growth curve as far as her percentage. And their recommendation was going to be to start weekly ultrasound checks on Lila, measuring blood flow to the placenta, amniotic fluid levels, basically keeping a closer eye on her to make sure that she does not become in distress at any point. And they want me to come down to Florida 1 time a week for this ultrasound. And so obviously that was very stressful, especially knowing that we weren't going to be seeing the doctor. I mean, to go from having a monthly growth scan to a weekly scan just within the span of a couple weeks, just stressful. Of course, I had a notebook of questions and concerns that I had already wanted to discuss, and to know that she wasn't there to ease our mind, like that just, it was a lot, okay? I went ahead and made a follow-up visit. They told me that the doctor would be calling later that day. So of course, we were very stressed out leaving the visit. We drove all the way home, kind of stayed by our phone all day. And basically, long story short, the doctor never called. It's now Saturday. We still have not heard from the doctor in regards to the ultrasound, her recommendation, or anything like that. Basically, we drove 1.5 hours each way for a 20-minute ultrasound. Found out that we did gain weight, but we dropped into a lower percentage. Now we have to do weekly ultrasounds. I don't really know exactly what happened. I have since seen my OB here in Alabama where we live. Did have a report from the ultrasound, but even he has not heard specifically from the high-risk doctor. So it just seems like there's a lot of miscommunication, obviously on our end at a very bad time, a very stressful time where we don't know what's going on or kind of what our plan looks like. I'm sorry that there's not much more to update on. All I know is that she weighs 1 pound 7 ounces. It's technically right at half a pound shy of where she should be, but her percentile dropped, and we are now doing weekly ultrasounds just to make sure that at no point she becomes in distress. I'll go over my appointment with my OB in the next video because I also did my glucose screening for gestational diabetes, so that will be in next week's update. I guess to end on a positive note, next Saturday I will officially be 28 weeks, which will be 3rd trimester. When we first found out that she was potentially low birth weight, that was the first milestone they gave me. It's a huge week for development to get to the 3rd trimester, so we are so thankful that we are at that point. She's still kicking strong. She is constantly moving and active in there, and they keep saying everything looks perfect. It's literally just the weight that we're still monitoring at this time. I guess another fun thing is we got her this really cute sweatshirt with her name embroidered on it. It's so soft and so cute and pretty and pink. We got this from a company called Aspen & Co. We love their stuff. Everything that we have ordered from them has just been great quality and super cute. Even gotten Logan a couple things. You can get stuff personalized, but then they have like a ton of other stuff on there for moms and dads, and they have like matching outfits for you and your kid and stuff like that. We actually have an affiliate link with this company, so I'll leave that down below. I think it gets you 15% off their website, so I'll just leave that down below in case you want to get something cute for a baby shower that you might have coming up or something like that. So I'm sorry that I don't have a better update this week. Hopefully next week will be a little bit more informative and we'll know a little bit more about what's going on. But yeah, that was our most recent appointment down in Florida. I mean, I guess things happen, but as a patient and a concerned first-time mom, it was definitely not the experience I was hoping for that day. But I mean, I guess what are you gonna do? So sorry, that's the update we have, but we will see you guys next week for another update where we'll officially be in the 3rd trimester. So I hope you all have a great day and a good rest of your week, and we will see y'all later. Bye.